What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode in our new coverage of The Long Dark. We're going to be playing the challenge modes, I think, for the next couple days. I don't know. I'm really just waiting for the storyline mode to come out in this game. I've had more than enough time to where I've played the sandbox so many times that I'm just like, all right, I've seen everything there is to see for the sandbox mode. I really want the story mode to come out. Like, I honestly cannot wait for that to release. But for right now, what they've added to the game is they've actually added a whole bunch of challenge modes, which I think is pretty cool. If you don't know what the challenge modes are, essentially, they give you goals, and so it's like the sandbox mode. Some of them are more sandboxy than others, but they've added win criteria to the game so that if you get to the point where you're kind of bored running around doing the same stuff, you actually have a focus or like a mission or like a mini story that you can work along with and finish the game for now. And so anyways, we got the Hopeless Rescue. Are you the last person alive? You have to know if only you could get a signal out to somebody. We have to get to the distress pistol at the summit of Timberwolf Mountain. And then we have to fire it from the top of Desolation Point in the lighthouse. That's challenging. It kind of depends. With Timberwolf Mountain, I mean, Timberwolf Mountain, it's varying degrees of suck. Like, sometimes Timberwolf Mountain is really, really bad, and sometimes it's not that bad. The Hunted. Part 1. The old bear is after you. Nothing can kill him but the trapper's bear killer rifle. Get to the trapper's cabin before the bear gets you. Avoid the bear and get to the trapper's cabin in Mystery Lake. Okay, there's a part 2 of The Hunted, which I haven't unlocked yet. There's Whiteout. A monster blizzard is on the way. Will you be ready when it arrives? Storm is in 30 days. Stockpile enough food, water, and supplies in the Coastal Highway Quonset garage before it hits. So that's basically what I do anyways, because I always use the garage as my home base. That's largely because it's kind of in the middle of the map. It's a good middle point. You can get to all the other places fairly easily from the garage, and it gives you lots of storage space and lots of stuff to fiddle around with. The world has changed. The only way to survive is to keep moving. 3 days and 15 locations across the game world. So you just gotta survive for 3 days at different spots in the game world. Okay, I may go for a little warm up here. I'm not really sure what I feel like doing, but I'm thinking we'll save the Hunted, I think, because that one's going to be short. I've played the Hunted before, and either you die like instantly, or you do okay. I'd prefer to do something that we could... A storm arrives in 30 days is kind of tempting with Whiteout, although I don't know how much food I would have to stockpile in order to get that one done. So I think we're going to start with Nomad. I know a lot of people are going to be leading towards doing the Hunted, and we will do the Hunted here on the channel. That's actually one of the reasons why I picked Whiteout. I haven't played in probably 6 months or so, and so I wanted to do something that will allow me to get back into the stride of things while at the same time having some level of challenge. This will get us going, and then once I beat this, I'll strongly consider jumping into the Hunted and seeing if we can bang that one out. I mean, frankly, if I play the game anymore, it'll probably be on the channel or on stream anyways, so we'll start with Whiteout. Let's see what we can do here. You've learned of an incoming monster blizzard. Can you stockpile enough supplies before it hits? You have 30 days to stockpile food, water, and supplies in the Coastal Highway Quonset garage before the superstorm lands. All right, let's do this thing. Let's make it happen. I'm ready. Where's it going to start me out? So, we have 29 days, 24... Oh, we actually start out in the garage. Okay. Not bad. Stockpile the food, water, supplies listed in your journal. So that's going to be in the J. We need 15 days worth of food, softwood, hardwood, reclaimed wood, sticks, tinder, bandages, matches, a rifle cartridges. Those two are going to be the hardest. Hatchet, lantern, potable water. Potable water just has a handle on it. That's all. Just comes in a handle. And then 5 liters of lamp oil. Not too bad. Is this place stocked up? Let's have a look at our inventory for right now. It looks like we've started out with a baseball cap. It's probably not going to help us out too much with regards to our thermal rating. A ragged wool scarf. Okay, we've got decent jeans. We've got thermal underwear, which also look kind of like blue jeans. Thermal underwear. Oh my god, thermals feel so good when you wear them. It's just like a hug that you wear around your legs and your crotch. They're great. We've also got a worn plaid shirt and some new work boots. Oh, those will be nice, though. Those are brand new. Sounds great. You can actually tell. This is the new system that they've added since the last time I played the game. It's a clothing system where you've actually got slots. You've got a ragdoll that you can put your stuff on, which is a big deal to me because I like knowing how my character looks. Is there any point going through all this? I have my suspicions that we're probably not going to start with a whole lot of stuff around inside of here. Got metal shelving. There's a drawer. Yeah, workbenches are empty. My guess is that this is probably just going to function as a central repository for all the other stuff we can do. But the second that I don't pan and scan over the top of this, there will be someone in the comments who's like, so bro, there was a rifle right there. It was inside the drawer. Didn't you see it? And I'll be like, God damn it. And then I'll just feel like an idiot on the internet. And I've had about enough of feeling like an idiot on the internet. I don't know. I've been doing this YouTube thing for like 3 years at this point, and I've spent an inordinate, like a huge amount of time just looking stupid in front of people I don't even know. And on some level, I think that sort of diffuses it a bit. Well, I'm like, well, I don't even know you. You know, and so it's okay that they think I'm an idiot because I'm never going to meet them anyways. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's kind of like that guy on the highway getting mad at you. Hopefully there's no wolves around. What is that right there? This area is known for being well stocked with wolves. Well, into house number 1. Let's see what we can find here. I bet there's going to be something good. But yeah, on a certain level, you get a little bit of diffusion by the fact that you're just like, I don't even know you. And that's one of those things that I think that comes with, like, getting older. Like, when somebody bumps into you in a line somewhere, like, throws a shoulder or whatever. You're like, not worth it. Don't even know you. If I knew you, probably be worth it. Just joking. Probably still not worth it. Let's grab some peaches here. We've got a little bit of food. I'm going to go through every cabinet that I possibly can because we are actually functioning on a pretty sharp time frame at the moment. 30 days, not too rough, but we'll want to hit the main storage areas of the game if we wanted to get everything that we need. Now, the nice thing about the zone that we're currently in is that it is stocked up beyond all belief with food. This is a really, really good zone for getting like tons of food. There's also a couple spots that may... Ooh, a toaster. Never underestimate a good toaster. I got a new toaster a little while ago to replace my old toaster that I think I got for free when I signed up for like a bank account or something like that. And it is great. That's how old I am. That's how old I am. They still gave you stuff like a toaster when I got, what is that, a cotton toque. It looks a little messed up, though. I'm not going to lie. That toque looks a little rough. Nothing inside of there. We've got a fleuret. Okay, that'll be nice if we need a little bit of light. Some wood matches. Looks like we're making a pretty good set of progress so far. I like the challenge modes. I actually think that if they just continue to stock up on challenge modes, the game would do perfectly fine. And that's what I really, really hope. Ooh, cool. Brand new baseball cap. Nice. I love baseball caps. But the real question is, what kind of build does it have? Sports socks. Thin cotton socks, not very warm and useless when wet. Yeah, those are mostly just to keep the calluses off your feet from... My cleats used to always give me calluses when I played sports. A new dress shirt. A simple cotton button-down shirt you wear to a boring office job. Good thing computers don't seem to work anymore. I mean, we might need to look spiffy. Ooh, a Mariner's peacoat that's brand new. Yeah, it's weird how this game still gets me excited about mundane things. Like, no matter how long I've played this game, I still get excited when I find... For example, sports socks. Okay, no, not sports socks. I'm not excited about those. But when I find like a brand new winter coat or whatever in this game, I still get excited for some reason. Every single time I'm just like, yeah! It sounded kind of like a goat that was really excited. Yeah! Yeah! I can't do a goat sound very good. It's not something that I practice. Yeah! See, I can't get my voice to bounce like that. I'm trying real hard. But I'm like a goat that really just isn't able to speak at the level that it needs to speak at. Like maybe it hasn't taken its speech classes yet. So let's say that I wanted to equip some things. Do I just click on here? So we've got a ragged cotton. That'll give me better wind resistance and better water resistance. However, I'm going to wear the brand new hat. We don't have anything right there. For the pantalones, we don't have anything. Oh, we can wear 2 layers of socks if we want to. Yeah, why not? Throw on some socks, I guess. I'm sure it'll be okay. We've got a dress shirt. Where does the... So the Mariner's peacoat's going to go right there. Wear the dress shirt over the top of the worn plaid shirt. That actually gives a weird amount of resistance. Most of my dress shirts that I have are super ridiculously not warm. Cool. Got the peacoat on now. Yeah, but... Oh, look at that. So if you right-click, it actually takes it off you. I don't know what accessories do, but I assume maybe they give you some kind of stat mod or make you, like, better at your job. Wait, so how do I wear 2 hats? How is that a possibility? I suppose you could just shove, like, one under the other. I'm going to keep the scarf on, though. We are a little bit warmer, which is fantastic. That's actually a major... Pretty much we don't have to worry about the cold much at this point. Like, only a little bit. Like, we've got a peacoat, we've got some basic stuff. Unless they've nerfed clothing all around. As far as my knowledge goes, we should be alright. How cold is it outside? It feels like minus 10 degrees Celsius. That's not too horrible. I mean, it's cold, but it's not that cold. I mean, it's pretty cold. Don't get me wrong. What we need is a wool hat. You know, wool hat very, very badly. Although the downside to wool is if it gets wet, it's a little bit of an issue. Nothing on the visors right now. Inside the glove box, we have anything useful? See, sometimes in this game, when I go through the glove box, you find, like, granola bars and shit when you go through the glove box. And I'm like, I just would never do that. It gets too hot where I live, and I'd be worried that... Shit. We need to get inside. So let's stockpile some of this stuff. We'll wait and see if the wolf leaves. I'm not super convinced that he's going to. And you've got to also take into account the fact that we're going to be eating a lot of the stuff that we've got in our inventory. So for now, let's organize. This is going to be our food locker for now. Oh, look at that. There's stuff inside this container. A sports vest and a plaid shirt. I'll take them both. Throw that in there. Everything extra I'll probably get around to breaking down at some point. But for now... Oop, that doesn't need to go in there. Let's just take stock of what we've got. We actually don't have that much. I felt like we picked up more inside that house, but... I'll probably throw a lot of the matches inside one of these over here, but let's see what we can do with that sports vest as well. I bet that... So let's say that I put on a sports vest, and then on the outer layer, I put on the pea coat. There it is. There it is. That's what's cracking. That's what's going on. We're probably going to have to kill some time until the wolf goes away. I do have flares, so, like, that's an option. It looks like the radio menu is still here, so we can get to our light sources and whatnot from there, although I will feel a lot better once we find a firearm. I'll feel a lot better. Anything else that's on my person at the moment that I don't need to carry around with me, I would suggest that. So if I could put on... Yeah, I mean, that's going to be, like, all around better, so let's just put that on for right now. Everything else that's taking up weight on our person that we're just carrying around for no reason whatsoever, that's all gotta go. Got 55% socks right there. I'll drop those so that I can put on a different pair of socks. Carrying around 2 liters of water, that's going to be more important than the food anyways, considering I can scavenge a whole bunch of food without having to panic and freak out. We should be alright. I will put on the better socks here. Cool. And so now we should be solid. I'm going to go out the front door in the hopes that maybe I've drawn him to the back side of the building. Wolves aren't as lethal, they aren't as lethal as they used to be. But they're still a nuisance. So just something to keep in mind as you're playing the game. They used to be super ridiculous lethal. They're not that bad anymore. They're more manageable. I found that the last time that I streamed the game is that the wolves were just like gnawing on me. And even on like a higher difficulty level, they weren't terrible. I don't see the wolf. Let's hit these little cabins over here. My hope is that we can stockpile all of the food that we need before too long. Let's get inside the building. I don't know what that bar means over there. It looks like there's a certain amount of my stamina that I just can't get back if I'm running around sprinting and whatnot. So I guess I'll just have to make that work for me. Ah, a wool toque. Okay, so we got a knitted wool cap, Canadian style, pronounced toque. See, they probably added that to the game just because every single one of us on YouTube calls it a toque. Because what's better than a good toque? Every now and again, you just need some of those 11 buds. We've got a book over here, which we can burn because ain't nobody got time for reading right now. Although I will stress that maybe not burning your books if you don't have to would be a good plan. One of the greatest enemies of a human being during, like, long-term isolation is boredom. Seriously, it's not good for us. As human beings, we're not good at isolation, and we're not good at boredom if we are isolated. Somebody who's isolated but has like a lot of stuff to do, like a Game Boy with a huge selection of games, or like a computer with access to the internet, they'll probably be okay because they can fulfill their social needs or like their activity needs in other ways. But if you're in a situation like this where there's nothing to do but sit and stare at the walls and listen to the cabin creak and everything else, it'll drive you nutty pretty quickly. And so if you aren't looking to make out with the 30-06, I would strongly suggest that you come up with some kind of way to keep yourself occupied. Because even, I mean, I don't know how many survival shows or if you've ever been into survivalism or anything like that, some condensed milk there, which would probably be useful. This is a big recurring theme that you'll find in a lot of survival manuals, a lot of books written by survivalists. Is just like, after 9 or 10 days of just sitting there and staring at a hillside because your needs are met, a lot of people talk about just how ridiculously lonely it is and how you're just out there listening to the breeze.
I can still eat this.
Oh, a smallmouth bass. Yeah, not bad. We may be able to get some. I mean, I feel like we're doing a pretty good job so far. There's a little tomato soup right there down on the shelf. Man, I don't think the food is going to be a rough criteria to fill. I actually think that the gun and the bullets are going to be the hardest. Let's take all of the water out of the toilet. Grab it straight up out of the cistern. There it is. I got to get a thermal valve for my toilet. I moved to a new house this week, and my toilet sweats. The house is too warm for the water inside the toilet. Wherever it draws the water from is like freezing. It's a lot colder where I live right now. I actually moved out by where the ocean is. And so it's a lot. Oh, a dead guy. Hey, what's up, dead guy? It's a lot colder where I live right now. It's also a lot more rainy.
Hope nobody needs this
Ooh,
anymore.
found a bullet in his butt. Hooray! Was it not in his butt? I don't know. It felt like a light shell. Cool. A light outer layer meant to prevent from wind and water. There's no real warmth value, but useful when paired with a decent underlayer. Yeah, I would say that we put the wool coat on underneath it, and then we put that over the top of it so that our wool doesn't get wet. One of the reasons why you want to go with wool over cotton when it comes to survival stuff, if you go with wool, wool retains heat better than cotton when it gets wet. The downside is that wool shrinks kind of when it gets wet, but still. Cotton is referred to in survival circles as the fabric of death because the second it gets wet, it loses all of its heat retentive values. And while it's great for modern human beings who have access and we are able to get back inside quickly no matter where we are, let's see, we got the wool too. Yeah, I definitely want to wear that. So we've got like our shamag or whatever it is. And then I will definitely throw that on as well. We're showing some Canadian pride right now. Perfectly fine with that. Doesn't bother me at all. Canadians all seem like lovely people. I'm sure you guys have a few assholes distributed in there. That's just statistics. In any group of human beings, there's going to be some assholes. But by and large, Canadian people seem awesome. Haven't met them all. But, you know, extrapolating. Most Canadians I've met seem pretty chill. Pretty chill people. We've got plaid shirts over here. I'm going to remove that. And what I want to do is I want to put the pea coat on as the inner layer. And then if I put the shell on as the outer layer, that's a really good strategy right there because this is probably just going to be like a polyester, neoprene, whatever the hell it is, where water just bounces right off of it. That's great because the stuff that's underneath that loses its heat retention if it gets wet, this is like plate mail for that. It's really good. So we've got a warmth bonus of 10C. We have no wind chill bonus. Air temperature's fine. Windproof bonus. All right. Ragged wool scarf. I mean, I'm going to have to tear up a lot of this stuff, and then we're going to have to run repairs. I think I found a sewing kit already while we were going through. So, yeah, I've already got a sewing kit, so we could definitely start sewing things very shortly. But the thing is, it takes a long time to do some of these repairs. And so while we're on the clock, we'll probably want to wait to do a lot of these. It'll be a little bit more nomadic for us, I think. Can I light a match here? No, don't break that down. I need a light source, though, just to check if there's anything inside the crate. Dude, we are like the whitest white dude ever. Like, we're as white as that dead guy right there. I realize it's probably an artistic choice, but man, are we white. We need to get some sunlight, like, for days. Our vitamin levels cannot be good. We've got worn thermal underwear. Okay, I would assume anything you find in a drawer in somebody's house is probably worn. Although in my case, I tend to I go to Target and I buy like dumb shit that I don't need with regards to clothes, and then it just like sits on my shelf, and then inevitably like 2 years later I'll find it still with like the tags and everything, and I'll be like, ah, shit. And then I'll throw it in a bag and I'll give it to like Salvation Army or something. Every single time. It's just a repeating thing for me. I've really got to stop like wasting my income like that. I forget about stuff all the time too. Like I'll get something, I'll forget about it. Still can't go into the basement, so they haven't added the basement area. So what's going on with these houses over here? Where's the wolf at? Where the wolf? Where the wolf? Where the wolf at? Ow, ow. Where my dog's at? Ow, ow. Hopefully not right here right now. I can't deal with that. Is there anything on the... Oh, there's a dead deer. Shit, there's a dead deer over there, and I don't want it to go to waste. Although I don't have a cutting tool, so it's not going to matter. It's going to be completely and totally irrelevant. It's a superhero I'm working on. Conceivably, he might be the most powerful superhero of all time. We've talked about this many, many times in the past. So we're actually pretty warm right now. We've been out for, it looks like, several hours. Break down some sticks. We've got 3 hours of daylight left. I think we're off to a really, really good start in this playthrough. I don't think we're going to struggle at all with this. I think we should be able to bang out this challenge pretty quickly, depending on how soon we can find a gun. Because that is the great quest in this game. It's always the quest to find a rifle. Now, I would hope that the challenge always has a rifle somewhere on the map. In sandbox mode, you can actually get maps that do not have a rifle. At least it's happened to me before, where I've checked pretty much everywhere. And while it may have been squirreled away in one of the survival caches, I've had playthroughs where absolutely no rifle. I've had to play through the whole time with a bow, which, once you get used to it, it's not that bad. Once you learn to nail those headshots on deer, it's not horrible.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Looks, one of the big things that I hope gets answered about this game when the storyline comes out is it's like everybody just disappeared one day. It's like up and all of a sudden everybody was just like and fucked off. And so it's hard to tell, you know, I'm curious. Like I want to know what happened here. I want to know what happened here. Inside this cabinet, I do need a light source. It's really, oh, painkillers. Yeah, sure. I need a light source. Give me them cardboard matches real fast. Got a flare right there. Actually, the matches... Ooh, running shoes. I need to get myself a new pair of running shoes. I got rid of my old ones after I broke my leg because, I don't know, bad luck or something. I'm not superstitious, but like Michael Scott said, I'm a little stitious. And after that happened, I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't wear these anymore. I mean, they were pretty old anyways. They had holes in the bottoms there. I can hear people being like, oh my god, you're so wasteful, Splattercat. I hate you. I'm totally judging you over the internet, even though I don't know you. Because that's what people do. We all judge each other. It's horrible. Human society is the worst. We all sit around thinking thoughts about one another and just like judge. Ooh, wool long johns, yeah. As opposed to short johns, which mostly are just really, really small and yell, yeah, at your belly button. We've got wool long johns. Yeah, hell yeah, wear those. Absolutely wear those. 100% wear those. We have new thermal underwear, so I don't think the worn thermal underwear is going to be that useful. We got some messed up mittens. That's okay, though, because some hand protection is always better than no hand protection. We've got the running shoes, although in winter, running shoes are really, really... Oh, your shoes actually affect how much sprint you have. Okay, so your shoes basically have weight. Gotcha. Let's grab some toilet water. Some water up out the turlet. Some turlet wine. There we go. Turlet wine accomplished. We have accelerant. We have matches. Was somebody trying to set themselves on fire in the bathtub? I'm just saying, they have those two things, like, right next to each other. It's a little bit concerning. Were they filling the bathtub up with accelerant and then lighting themselves on fire? Were they making Molotov cocktails? I don't know. But they were doing something. Got a sweatshirt right there. What can I do with a sweatshirt, pray tell? Can I wear it as a shirt? I can. Oh, that's pretty good. Although it's not as good as what I got going on. It does have better wind chill, though. And, you know, I'm not so convinced. I bet if I repair it, it's better than what I've got going on. So I'm going to wear it, and that's going to bring us up to the end of our episode. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the first episode of our Return to Long Dark, where I'm going to be playing challenge modes for a while, actually. Just waiting for, like, Conan Exiles and a couple other games to come out, and so the challenge mode seems like a great way to kill a couple afternoons with all of you fine folks. If you like what I do here on the channel, please feel free to check out the Patreon. I've got all kinds of bonuses and stuff that you get in order for supporting me. YouTube has been janky and weird lately, and so I was behooved by my audience to create one. Other than that, get the game for yourself down below. I always have it in the description. Bye-bye, everybody. It's been a pleasure. I do.